I just wanted to share to you guys tonight why we joined Heart and Soul's launch team. And it started in September. I actually interviewed Riley, Sarah's brother, for a job. And from the first interview I had with him, he was just raving about Heart and Soul. Like, the reason he was moving from Maryland to Knoxville was because his sister and his brother-in-law were starting this church, and it was literally all he could talk about. This person that I'm talking to, I'm interviewing for a job, is moving to Knoxville from Maryland, which is my home state. Shout out. There are no words to describe how drawn I was to him while he's speaking about Heart and Soul. We haven't found a church in Knoxville that we had connected to. So I jump on a Monday Night Live and I'm listening to Austin talk, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like how is it that this person that I interviewed for a job that became family introduced me to this church that I've only ever met online, and I feel so connected with these people, and I'm watching all the comments come in and all the shares, and I'm like, you know, there's no judgment here. There's no reason to feel anything other than acceptance, other than family. Like, this is just a group of people that have come together to listen to Austin speak, to listen to God's word, and we're all here to be together. Towards the end of that Monday Night Live, Austin says, if there's anybody out there who's not asked Jesus into their heart, please bow their head and repeat after me. And my 6-year-old, who is, we're sitting in her playroom, and I'm watching Austin on my phone, and I'm not really paying attention to her, and she's not paying really attention to me. And he says these words, and she comes over and she sits next to me, and she bows her head. She literally puts her head on the floor, and she repeats word for word what he says. And y'all, I can't tell you, oh my gosh, like, my baby girl just did that, you know, because of Austin, because of Sarah, because Riley and Tori brought me into this church, because Heart and Soul is here in Knoxville, because we're here in Knoxville. And all of the reasons and all of the ways that God brought us all together, like, the gravity of that was so big in that moment. I will never be able to really even put that into words. So I knew I wanted to be with Heart and Soul. And then when that happened, I knew that's where we needed to be. I want to say it was probably a couple days later, Austin had said something that also spoke to me almost honestly as much as seeing Scarlett bow her head and pray that. And it was the phrase that we're reaching people others won't by doing what others don't. And that is something that has stayed with me daily. It just spoke so much into our life that I knew in that moment, like, we had to be a part of Heart and Soul.